Welcome to Mount Shasta Escape and a new playlist I've made called Ride Forever Mount Shasta. Today I'm exploring the road that goes past McCloud Lake and seeing some beautiful fall colors. It's Friday, October something or other. I'll figure that out eventually, 2024. And I have already turned at McCloud Lake, or at the town of McCloud, to go south towards McCloud Lake. I tried to take video of going to McCloud Lake a little over a week ago, but GoPro kind of fritzed out and I didn't get that. I refer to that ride, but at the point I was making this, I didn't realize the video was bad. This time I intend to go further, and I never know how far I'm going to get because the way it works around Mount Shasta, there's a whole lot of timber company land, and the timber company land has roads that I show on my Garmin and on my Gaia and everywhere, all over it, but more often than not, they have big steel gates across it with no trespassing signs. So for that reason, I don't know how far I'll get, but I'll be watching road signs, and some of the road signs will say like 20 miles to such and such, and so I just may use that as my guide. This is only the second time I've come out this way. That first one I talked about it, it's amazingly pretty out here, and the McCloud Lake is in a really deep kind of gorge that they dammed off and filled up, and really steep mountains to either side of it. Very pretty. And I didn't go past it, so I'm not sure what I'm going to see when I get past it. I think I changed my GoPro out of that super view when we did our hike looking for that spire yesterday, which should be posted before I post this, and I didn't change it, so hopefully it's still in that little narrower view, which is not going to show the trees kind of bending and folding over as I go by them. Of course, I have no idea what kind of road I'm going to see up here. If it's like most of these FR roads out here, it'll turn to dirt at some point. Hopefully nothing that I can't handle. I really do not like tipping this thing over. I have yet to tip it over and get it back up on my own. I still kind of hope that I could do that, but I mean, each time I've tipped it over, one or sometimes two kind souls have stopped and helped me get it back upright, and boy, I love it when they do that. Friday's RV park. No idea, just, I mean, that doesn't look like any RV park I'm familiar with, but okay, McCloud Reservoir, Iron Canyon Reservoir. Okay, I could get to the Pacific Crest Trail going right, but there's something 20 miles up here, so that tells me I can still go a long ways on this road. I don't think I've ever seen a sign like that where the road is blocked off by timber companies or private land, so I'm optimistic that I got at least 20 miles I can go. So I don't know how I'm going to feel come next spring, but I'm still thinking about maybe a Honda Monkey for just playing around on dirt roads that in the past I didn't really even want to take my KLX up just because it was kind of hard to get that thing turned around. But Honda Monkey, I mean, it's 230 pounds and it's really low and it's really a short wheelbase. So, I mean, that thing you could turn around anywhere. So I might rekindle a little bit of my love for exploring little gnarlier dirt roads if I had something a little easier to do it on, but and I know it doesn't have much suspension to it. It's got small wheels, but you know, kind of like a mountain bike. It's heavy enough, you know, it could be a little trouble, but I can't see too many situations where I couldn't get that thing turned around to get it out of somewhere. I love my Tiger 900. It's a great bike, but I am not going to go explore chancy looking roads on this. Because tipping it over, getting it back upright, I still don't know for sure that I can get it upright on my own. And a lot of these little dirt roads and things you start up turn into these little goat tracks that you have to turn around on, and turning this around is a little bit harder than harder than a KLX, but that Grom, or not Grom, the Monkey, Honda Monkey would be extremely easy to turn around. But a ride like what I'm doing right now, I don't think I would take something like a Honda Monkey on, most likely not, just because having to take that Highway 89 away, that thing is not a highway bike. It won't go very fast. Once I got onto this road, I think it would be fine. but I don't know, just have to wait and see. I mean, if I wanted to go further with it, I could always load it in the back of the pickup truck and drive somewhere and start from some other location. And I'm doing my descent into that deep, what do I want to call it, valley or whatever that this McCloud Lake is in. I was really surprised when I came out here the first time. I had no idea it was like this out here. And I've almost made it to the lake. When I came out here before, I tried going left. It looked like there's some roads and I might be able to make a loop of it, but immediately hit one of those lovely timber company gates with no trespassing. So I went to the right, and that's where I found out I could go all the way to the far end of the lake and across the dam there, and the road kept on going. But at that point, I was kind of running short on time, so I came back. Here's where I want to turn right. If I go left, I just, there's a parking lot down there and a boat ramp, but that's about it. You have to turn around at that point. I'll get a few views of the lake as I go along the road here. I didn't show it, but a sign back there said that McCloud Lake is a hydroelectric project. And it's not too uncommon to see reservoirs way down this time of year. Yeah, a little road going down the side of it there. Maybe you could get down to the water. Some people obviously doing that, set up down there, having a picnic, or I don't know what they're doing. Maybe they're fishing. Okay, that's a spillway. So it's kind of a combination rock-earth dam. Loitering forbidden by law. Interesting. I better not loiter. Make this fast. Okay, just a big earthworks dam. Don't know that I'll see much over here either. Anyway, it's pretty out here. But I will take their sign to heart and get out of here. I'm not going to try going down that road. I'd probably get some scenery down there, but I know it doesn't go through. Well, that's a party pooper, no stopping. It looks like the place where you'd want to stop and look. Okay, looking back at the dam, get a little bit of a look at it. Huh, okay, I just should not have a landslide land on me. Boy, there's always something. No stopping. And of course, now I am on a dirt road. Oh, maybe not. Back on pavement. Okay. Okay, that must be the McCloud River down there. So I used to take a DeLorme InReach, which is now the Garmin InReach. Garmin bought DeLorme and relabeled it, of course. But mine predated Garmin. And I used to bring it with me because it would send out 10-minute tracking updates on a map that my wife could see where I am. However, obviously the DeLorme was quite old and it finally died. There's no way I could resurrect it. So I don't have any way of sending that tracking update. You've got the iPhone Find Me. I can't believe that there's a cell phone signal in here, though. I could stop every now and then if there's enough view of the sky to get a satellite. I could send her my location via satellite. I may do that here in a little bit. Iron Canyon Reservoir. I didn't get a long enough look at that sign. No, I don't think I want to go that. No, I don't want to go that way. I go down there, I may never get back out. I did see some sort of vehicle down there. I'm assuming four-wheel drive. That looked pretty steep. Let's see what the sign over here says. Trailhead, Centipede Gulch. I'm gonna have to take a look at my Gaia and see what it says about this. That Centipede Gulch trailhead is a trailhead for the Pacific Crest Trail. So obviously it goes up that way, and I check my map, and it kind of follows the road and kind of gets off to the left side. It doesn't go real far before it drops down, and there's a bridge over the McCloud River and goes off the other way. So it only took about 50 minutes to ride here, and I think driving I'd probably be even a little bit faster, but we'll have to come over here sometime. Hike a little bit of it. Now, it wasn't really very rocky there at all, but just a little bit of loose rock was enough to make the bike want to move around a little. And when you're sitting, the bike just doesn't feel very good doing that. You stand up, then the bike can dance around a little bit underneath you, and it doesn't cause any trouble. I have not changed it into dirt mode. I am in road mode. Now this is the kind of gate that's often closed, but it isn't. So good. Okay, traction control is really cutting out the power right there, so I'm going to go into off-road mode. And the way to do that is push this little button on the left, and then you see up here it says road, sport, off-road. Now you don't get that if you're moving, you have to stop. Then this button right here I push to select it, and it says traction TCS disable, check manual, yada yada yada. I want that stuff disabled. Yeah, dirt roads mostly, I mean, this is on road, but regardless, I mean, it's sufficiently bumpy and loose that you have to be in off-road mode. In that customizable rider mode, you can select rain mode if you want the soft throttle. And from there, you can disable the traction control so you don't have that problem. But the ABS, you can't do a thing to it, and you're stuck with that rain mode ABS, which is really cuts in way too quick. So for dirt roads, unfortunately, I had to give up on rider mode. But boy, they've got warnings all over the dash here. In the upper middle of the dash, it says ABS with a slash across it, which I'm not sure. Maybe that means it disabled it everywhere, front wheel too, which for dirt is a good thing. So wants to make sure you know you don't have the nannies looking after you right now, but those nannies make it almost impossible to ride your motorcycle on a rough dirt road like this. Yeah, it keeps flashing that ABS at me with a line through it saying I don't have it, which is precisely why I want to be in off-road mode. No, without the off-road mode, this bike would be very, very annoying to try to ride it on even a dirt road like this. A fairly well graded. It's got some loose rock on it. It's got some washboarding. But it would be hard to ride it on this if you didn't have that off-road mode. Pretty deep little gorge there, ravine, whatever. Obviously some drainage down in it. And I don't know what's going to go on with this road. So far I'm okay with it. But here I am riding a forest road that I've never been on before. Again, the fact it had that sign saying, I think it was Iron Canyon Reservoir up here, implies that the road ought to be fairly smooth and maintained. But do I know that? Of course I don't know that. You never know where you're going to hit something like moon dust. I hope not on a road like this. It's got a pretty good rock base to it. But I have, I'm sorry to say, proven to myself that I can drop this bike on its side while I'm moving. It wasn't just a total tip over. I was probably going too slow. If I'd been going just a little bit faster, I think I would have just ridden right through that moon dust and been fine. That's basically how I got out of it. With those two kind souls helping me, we backed it up far enough to where I could get a run at it, and then I just went right through, no trouble. But I didn't know I was going to hit that moon dust right there. It surprised me. Kind of a combination of kind of deep ruts filled with moon dust is what put me down. Now, I have been on a number of dirt roads that were much harder than this already, but the difference there was that I'd been on those roads before. I knew what to expect. If it'll stay like this, I mean, I'm fine, but that's something you never really know. And when the time comes to turn around, I mean, that's always a an interesting time for me. Wow, definitely some interesting mountains in here. You don't want to crash in a way where you go off the edge of this road or you're never getting your motorcycle back out. It's steep and deep to my right. Woo! Don't come here if you have a fear of heights. I mean, it's not just a vertical cliff there, and I've gone roads like this that was literally 400, 500 feet just straight down vertically, but it's steep enough. Okay, so it's 210. Here's a sign. This will be my decision point. Do I turn around or keep on? I could get to 299 in 32 miles. 6 miles to the reservoir, and it's 220, and I've been going for an hour and 13 minutes, so I think I will turn around. I'll save this for another day. I don't know, this could be interesting. That means if I'm going to turn around, I need to send a satellite signal to Joline. Yeah, there's no cell signal. The iPhone lets me down here. I'm in the right location where it should give me the option to send my location via satellite, and it's just not there. When I got home, I did some web searching to figure out what was going on, and it's just a bug on the iPhone. If I'd rebooted it, it might have come back. What I decided to do, though, was I upgraded to iOS 18 point maybe something, and that seemed to solve the problem, but beware. If I give up, I'm not going to be sending a signal about where I am to Joline. Not here. 6 miles from Iron Canyon Reservoir. Now, I don't know. I got to get turned around. I don't think I'm going to try spinning this on the side stand. That seems like trouble. So I'm going to do it this way. That ought to be enough. Okay, just start her up and I think I can ride right out. Number one thing I'm concerned about is don't take anything for granted. Don't get careless. So hopefully that's the end of the part that always worries me. Getting turned around.